We are now live, and
Hello.
yeah, we are the sleepy jackasses, or the half-asleep jackasses, talking about random stuff in our sleep-deprived state. Because everything is funnier when you're half asleep.
Half awake.
Half. Wait, are we half asleep or half awake? That is a
I don't
deep
know.
I think it has to
I'm
question.
be half
assuming.
and half.
Yeah, I'm half zombied.
Oh god. So, oh god. So, what we're talking about today is the rumors, legends, and hearsays about Walt Disney.
There's a lot of those. Jesus hell. I guess I'll be the rumor master for today because I've heard so many over the years. I've heard this is keep this all. This is all a grain of salt. None of this. We're not saying any of this is true. Even if it is true, we're not saying it is. Complete shit.
I
So take it or leave it.
I say let's keep away from any controversial stuff. Let's just keep the non-incriminating stuff, unless it's
Oh
well, it
God!
depends what
Then we
level of
pretty much,
incrimination.
we got. Then we have to stop the stream right now. It's all incriminating, according to what I've heard over the years.
Well, getting a bunch of cats in the studio is not exactly incriminating.
Animal cruelty.
How is it cruelty? He's not hurting them. He's feeding
Animals
them.
still get. The animals could still randomly die by the equipment that's around. You're basically allowing cats to wander places. But let's start her off here. Okay, I'll start with the first one, and then let's just go nuts, man. Let's give it a chance. This is we are disclaiming that everything we're saying may be full of shit.
I
Take it.
personally think they mostly are full of shit.
Oh, I think they are. I think everything we're about to say is full of shit. This is random rumors, random things I have heard, and it's just
For laughs.
fun little things. Yeah, fun little things. We don't believe any of this is true. You shouldn't either. Either enjoy it, love it, hate it. So I'm going to start with the first one, if that's okay, good sir, and then I'll let everyone else kind of pick.
Okie dokie.
Okay, rumor has it, two rumors about this. One that apparently the person who was Tinkerbell, like the character design for Tinkerbell, was apparently a mistress to one of the creators, one of the writers, like the guys who did the art.
Who is Tinkerbell? In what?
Tinkerbell from Peter Pan.
Okay, I'm gonna say this from now. I have never watched Peter Pan.
Okay, so this will work great. So the legend goes is that apparently one of the writers was in a relationship with a girl that was 18, and he didn't want to get caught, kind of banging a girl that was way younger than him because he was in his late 30s. So he apparently, as a little love letter to her and a little nod to her, when they were creating Tinkerbell, the girl looked exactly like that. Apparently, the art design of Tinkerbell is that girl.
Huh.
This is a huge legend. No one really knows if this is true. I've heard this one a couple times in the recesses of internet, but I don't know if it's true. But that's a weird legend. What do you boys think about that?
That's possible.
Well,
Wouldn't be the first. Go ahead.
well, there's never been a lawsuit, or as far as I know. I mean, if there's a follow-up to the story, then I have no reason to believe it. I'll just say that.
I honestly, I could see it because of some of the stuff that has secretly made it into Disney stuff. Great example of this was the famous Little Mermaid poster / box art that exists out there.
Oh.
So I believe it. Okay, so I'll let you, Sean, and Don. What do you think, man? What rumor do you have? What weird thing are we gonna?
I have no rumors whatsoever on my end. You're the guy who's supposed to mention the rumors, and we just comment on them.
Okay, then I'll go into the next one.
Okay.
The biggest controversial. Rumor has it, this is a legend that has been going on for years. There's a lot of caveats to this one, by the way, quite a few. Rumor has it that Walt Disney cryogenically froze his head when he died.
Yeah,
This has
I,
been. Go ahead.
I that's definitely a load of crap. You know, it's
Well, as the story goes, I'll go into the story, and then you guys can figure out if it's a load of crap. As it goes, apparently Walt Disney was doing multiple things. Apparently, the reason he created the town of Tomorrow, if anybody doesn't know what the town of Tomorrow was supposed to be, it was supposed to be an actual living district. And the rumor has it that underneath Epcot, or Epcot, or whatever the hell that place, I fucking 3 a.m. Underneath that location is apparently the remains of Walt Disney and his head. This legend has been going around for years. The legend's been so popular, if you actually Google the word Frozen, that you get the Frozen movie. The legend has it that that's why they did the Frozen movie, was to try to stop the controversy because it kept popping up.
okay. It's funny. It's really funny because they take something existing and try to connect the dots to it. I mean, that's to me that's one of the signs that something is that a rumor is not true. And I think it's ridiculous when people see any kind of mild connection and they think, oh, it's a subliminal message. It reminds me a lot of the Stanley Kubrick rumors regarding The Shining. How, like, this is a coded message that the moon landing was staged and he was behind it. It was an admission. It's like, it's just, oh, jeez. It's that level of ridiculousness in my view.
What about you there, Drag? What do you think?
Who knows? Might, the guy did stop collecting cats when he got old. He might have gone insane and done it anyways.
Now we're going to get to that legend coming up next. Now here's a rumor about the mythical Disney cats. There are rumors that there is a buttload, and I do mean a buttload of actual cats in the Walt Disney place. They've apparently had a lot of them, and they've apparently been growing and growing for years. There are a stupid amount of ferals. You usually don't see them during the day. They apparently have they have like secret sleeping places underneath Walt Disney for these cats. Their whole goal is to keep away mice and other creatures. Now, rumor has it that this all started when Walt Disney apparently had a rat problem underneath the Disney studios, like a really big rat problem. And apparently Walt Disney in his later years went and picked up about 20 cats from a shelter and let them loose in his basement, in the basement of Walt Disney.
Okay. Is there more to this rumor?
The rumor is that the cats themselves have been there for years, and this is something that a lot of people have brought up over the years. That there are feral cats there. Like, some people say that they aren't feral cats. Some people say there's another legend that apparently it was one of the staff, and a Hispanic woman apparently worked as a janitor, and she apparently she ended up living underneath Disney Studios for a while, and she apparently brought a bunch of cats in there, and that's how this kind of started. This has been hypothetical for years. No one knows really, like, who, what, where with the cats. But it's been brought up a lot over the years that these cats are apparently everywhere. Now, this can be proven a little bit. There are pictures of random feral cats just wandering around late at night in the Disney Studios and Walt Disney Theme Park. So there is a hint of truth to this. But did Walt Disney, is he responsible for it? No one knows.
I am going to say I don't believe them at all. I don't believe. I mean, if he did get, let's say, how many did you say? 20 cats, and leave them.
It started with 20. It started with 20 apparently, and now there's like hundreds there.
Okay, as someone who owned cats and someone who actually feeds stray cats, because where I'm from, it's common for people to feed leftovers and scraps to cats to stray cats because they come back. They will keep coming back for more food, and when they're around, they kill mice. So I think it. I mean, you don't need to get 20 cats and put them in a room because if you did that, there's no way they're gonna get along. Some cats are gonna start fighting.
Well,
But
okay,
you just give them an incentive to keep coming back to your place for food, and when they do that, then they'll kill rodents. But not in exchange per se. That sounds like it's a contract, but that's what they do. They hunt for a living.
Yeah. Well, this one I actually 100% believe. I don't believe the Walt Disney part, but I do know those cats are there, and that has been proven. Like that's the proven truth to this story is that if Walt Disney really brought 20 cats, like he didn't just keep them in one room, he let them loose in his park. And I could see 20 cats in that park having enough territory that they'd be happier than a hog and shit. Pardon the pun. Like apparently they get eaten by the alligators that are in the area too, unfortunately, which is a sad truth. That they actually another one. There's a couple other things, but with that, but yeah, there are some crazy things about those cats. Like they've been there forever, apparently. Like since day one, apparently. So it's kind of a cool thing to think that these cats have been here forever, and everyone's kind of like, they get treated quite well, apparently. Better than some of the workers, from what I've heard.
The workers today or at the time?
Today. We'll get to the worker conspiracy in a bit.
Again, we have to reiterate, we don't fully believe all the rumors.
Oh no, we don't believe these rumors. These are in our minds, this is probably all bullshit. Like, even if we're saying we believe, it's like, well, we believe with the fact that, yeah, that seems feasible.
I mean, there may be some truth to these rumors, but I think in the way they are framed, not very much.
No.
Carry on.
Okay, Shotgun, Dragon, do you have anything you want to bring up for rumors?
No.
What did you think about the last couple ones? You kind of been quiet. We got a sleeping dragon.
Okay, he's not half asleep. He's 3/4 asleep.
I think he's like 90% asleep right now. He's just like, I hear sounds. I think he's at his nighty night stage. Okay. So another one that I heard, another interesting one I've heard over the years is there's a legend of the Headless Child. This is apparently a legend that's happened over the years at Disney. There's a ride called the Splash Mountain. And apparently a pipe was loose. This legend has gone to other theme parks. I've heard this urban legend in a lot of other theme parks too. That apparently there was a kid that went to this thing and he kind of stood up. Or I've heard two stories. One, he stood up, or two, the ride malfunctioned, or three, a random pipe fell. And it pretty much decapitated the kid. And the legend goes is that if you go through the ride at a certain day on a certain time, that you see the head.
Ooh.
Now, I don't know if there's any truth to this. Clearly, we're not 100% sure if there was any fatalities. We're not looking this stuff up. But as the legend goes, this was this actually apparently happened. How truthful, who knows 100%. But there's been a lot of legends about this kid that apparently he's been seen. So what do you think about that one?
If someone died in Disney Park, you think that would be making the news?
Well, Disney apparently pays a lot of people off, and they do have the money and the clout.
Hmm. Uh. That's very dark. But again, I have to say, sometimes the darker the rumor, a lot of times, and this is actually one of the darker the rumor, the less believable it is. And I'm not.
Yeah, a lot of times they are. I do agree to that. This one seems like full of shit.
Oh yeah, certainly not believable. And
Now, this rumor is apparently 100% true. People have there's a little place called the Haunted Mansion. As the legend goes, apparently people have been going there and have been going there for years and years and years, dropping off their dead relatives in the Haunted Mansion. They go on the ride, hiding the ashes on their persons. I wish I was fucking joking. And they actually release their ashes on the fucking ride.
what?
Seriously, this is apparently 100% true from what I've heard. Like, this has apparently happened, that they actually vacuum up ashes of dead relatives all the time.
Who?
Now, take that with a grain of salt. No one knows if it's true or not. This is all just rumors. We haven't done any research.
But if it's said to be 100% true, as you said earlier, then surely there must be
Well, it's
some
apparently
proof out
100. Well, that's the thing. This has been said repeatedly that they find ashes all the time and remains. They have to vacuum up a whole crap load of ashes. This happens all the time, apparently. Now, again, this is all hearsay. We do not know if this is true. This is just saying from what we've heard, from what I've heard this story from multiple places, that this does happen. I want you to take that with a grain of salt, though. We do not know if this is true. But it all started with one person, and it's a snowballed from there. And they vacuum up ashes over repeatedly.
Well, if said ashes are from those of the deceased, and you're saying people go in there, then it can't be Disney's fault. It's some sickos out there. It sounds like some sickos out there heard a rumor and probably are piling onto it.
Well, it's as the legends go, this has happened multiple times. We don't know if this is any. Like I said, I'm not saying this is true, but according to rumors, this is 100% true. Like this is one of those like, oh my god, this might be real. I don't know how. I don't know a lot about this, but apparently this happened multiple times.
Again, it's too disturbing to be true. And I get the point of rumors. If it wasn't disturbing, there wouldn't be a rumor at all. But
That's the point.
I'm just saying that there is a point where things are too meticulously detailed and so disturbing that it is very likely to be untrue. Because people, it's like rumors are like tabloids. They frame everything worse than it actually is, and they try to sell it.
Yep. Yeah, apparently, but this is what they say. Apparently, these schmucks apparently do it all the time. Apparently, this was happened multiple times, and it's actually been, as the legend goes. Again, this is all legends, guys.
Yes.
People do have real requests to what they want done with every maid, so why not?
I could see it, but this one, I 100% like. I'll believe until proven false.
I mean, I just have to iterate again. I have no reason to believe these are true. I mean, these are like these to me are amusing because they're like ideas for a movie.
Yeah.
And I think they would
Oh
make a
yeah.
pretty interesting movie if you created
Yeah, it
a
would.
fictional company and just that had all these rumors that surrounded Disney, but just make it true for that particular one.
I do. It does fascinate me. Could you imagine doing a story about someone actually putting the bodies?
Oh yeah, it reminds me of that rumor. I'm not sure if it's a rumor or a joke, but I'm assuming it's a joke. But it is on the same level as Bob Ross's portraits being not portraits, sorry, paintings. A portrait is of a person. His paintings being the locations of where he hid bodies.
I've heard that one myself, but let's not say anything about Bob Ross. Bob Ross is a king, and I believe nothing, anything anyone says anything about Bob Ross is completely wrong. Because God, Bob, we can say whatever we want about Disney, but no, you do not touch the roster, man. The roster is one of the most awesome guys on the planet. But I believe it. I do believe that like there's some cool stuff. Like Bob Ross is a cool thing, but I do believe the body thing. The body thing, I do believe they put ashes and they do the Disney thing. I totally think that's until proven otherwise. I believe this because I could see people doing stupid stuff like that.
Yeah, people do stupid things all the time.
Oh yeah.
Anything else? Next rumor.
Well, next rumor. Okay.
Unless you have anything to add from the
The
last one.
if I don't know, that's the only one I've heard from that. That apparently they sweep up the bodies, but another story apparently that I've heard quite a lot is legend the legend of the secret of the missing children.
Ooh.
Now, this is dealing with the small world thing. The small world ride. Rumor has it that actually some of that kids have gone missing in the small world ride.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that apparently it deals with some sort of human trafficking, as the story goes.
Ah, that.
Yep. Yeah, there's been a couple rumors about this, but I believe this is complete bullshit because I think this has to do with a missing person, and I don't believe it has anything to do with an actual person who what like I don't believe this is like multiple people.
Yeah, I don't believe there's any kind of plan to abduct anyone.
Yeah. Oh, totally agree.
It's.
I think this is full of shit. Like I do not believe this at all.
I mean, if kids were to go missing, it would be reported, and
Hmm.
one could argue, oh, but if if one was rich enough, you could pay the parents to just go away, live a comfortable life, forget about the kid. It shows that these people who would say that don't know anything about being a parent, because most parents at times like this wouldn't care about the money.
Oh yeah, I can't think of a single person that wouldn't be pissed if someone did this. Like
Even if you give them a
yeah, so I
billion
don't believe
dollars.
it at all. Yeah, I don't believe it at all. I do not believe it at all. I think it's full of shit.
Now
Like
there is
this one is like I've heard this a couple times that people go missing at the Small World ride.
well, we gotta keep in mind Disney is huge, and you
Yeah,
know the old saying: the bigger they are, the harder they fall. And if
yeah.
and the bigger you are, you're also the biggest target from
Mm-hmm.
detractors, naysayers, and Disney has
Yep.
a lot of detractors and naysayers.
Mm-hmm. I completely agree. And I completely think that it's full of shit, and I don't believe this at all. I think if there's truth to this, I'd be shocked. Um,
And that's a big if.
I would be surprised. I think it's bullshit. Yeah, complete bullshit. Now, another rumor I've heard a couple times, and this is something Dragon brought up, is apparently the Pirates of the Caribbean ride was apparently there's apparently human remains used in the ride, the bones of like people, like apparently people who worked on the ride, their remains are there.
Huh. Very doubtful. It's easy to make bones, real-looking bones.
Oh, Silent Hill is a great example. People still think that they use real cadavers in Silent Hill, and I think that this has been fabricated. And I've heard this one multiple times over the years, and I do not believe it at all. Disbelieve this one 100%.
Silent Hill, the movie, right?
Yeah, the movie apparently used that. Yeah. Oh, I've heard a lot of legends and rumors about Silent Hill. We'll get to a Silent Hill one of these days. I just don't want to bring it up now because let's keep on the Disney road. But there's quite a few legends about Silent Hill. And
Yeah, I certainly don't believe it. I say that because, well, who started the rumor, and how do they get access to those to the props?
yeah, exactly. I don't believe that at all. But apparently, it's a well guarded secret that they apparently used the bodies of certain staff members in the ride.
Yeah, I don't. I really hate the concept of a quote unquote. Oh no, I'm sorry. I was thinking. Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? What was the phrase again? Open secret. You said well guarded secrets. That's something else.
Oh yeah. I think it's shit. I think it's full of shit and then some. I think they're just. I think it's just they're just like, yeah, no, this is apparently true, because like I hear these open secrets all the time,
Yeah,
and I don't believe it at all.
yeah, I don't
Yeah,
like the term open secret. If you're gonna throw rumors and then call it an open secret, then I know it's a rumor, just a rumor.
yeah.
So I'm not one to believe anything because the way things are going in today's world, anyone can say anything. The internet, you can say anything without showing proof.
Well, that's the point though. That's the point of us doing this jackass thing is because oh yeah, this is what we're hearing. This is the stuff we hear online. This is the bullshit that people shout out from the rooftops. This is complete shit. We don't believe it at all.
I'm just surprised nobody has taken these ideas and made it into an actual movie because they're all interesting. They would all make for interesting plot points for movies.
As a horror guy, I think Wax House. Some of this could fall into the Wax House thing.
What do you think, Dragon?
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, I don't know. I've always thought it was funny that they did this because it's like, yeah, come on, that is not real. I don't believe that at all.
Yeah, they could be saying it's a rumor spread around to make it so people think that it's false.
Hmm.
But you know what's also possible? I mean, this is a rumor I'm kind of starting unless someone else has done it. Would you be surprised if people from Disney actually made up those rumors themselves because rumors get you attention?
Mm,
Now
that's
that's an interesting thing. Maybe very well could be right. We don't know. They could be doing this secretly behind everyone's back, and we never knew.
It's like,
So,
you know the old saying,
yeah,
there's no such thing as bad publicity.
yeah, but this is pretty damning if any of this is true.
I mean, not literally, of course, but it gets them the attention.
Hmm.
So, next rumor.
So, next rumor. Okay, I want to save the most interesting one for last, but the rumor that Pocahontas was actually secretly the Pocahontas was secretly was actually a propaganda movie.
Hmm. Will this get into political territory? Because that is something I would like to avoid.
No, it's not. It's not that political. Apparently, the legend has it is that Pocahontas was a that they actually what they were trying to do with the Pocahontas character and how they were working it is that the legend has it is that she was actually like, how was it put now? I am so tired. I'm trying to remember these and my brain just kind of falling asleep on the matter. She apparently took her the story of Pocahontas, and they apparently wanted to do this as a way of like beautifying America. Now, the reason they did this was because apparently, as the story goes, it was actually they were going to make a theme park based off the Pocahontas. They're actually going to add like a new ride just for her.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And that's the rumor.
That's the rumor. Apparently, it's going to be a theme park ride, and that's why they did it that way, because they wanted you, because you apparently were going to be a white settler. That was the story.
Now,
when I heard that, I went, yee. I don't believe this. I think it's full of shit. I think the Pocahontas was just what Disney does. They purify stuff, and like they're Disney. The dark stories of Disney.
so
the things that.
So Pocahontas is an American story. It's like it's supposed to be a true
it's apparently a real. It's apparently a real story. Some people say it isn't. Some people say it is. I don't want to get into the conspiracy of that because we can go on for hours talking about what is and what isn't.
Okay.
It was a real person, apparently.
Well,
but they are apparently going to make a special ride just for Pocahontas, and they're like going to have their own little special theme park, and it totally like their own little side like add on to the rides and stuff. There's going to be their own little location, and they totally cut it out.
Well, me not being American, I am not familiar with Pocahontas and what the whole story means to everyone. So it's like I don't know at what level of sensitivity this is meant to be, or if what.
Well, let's just move on.
Yeah, let's just move on. Again, we don't believe this. I have no reason to believe these at all.
Yeah, I have no reason to believe this at all.
The only thing I can believe is the cat thing, and that's it so far. And not even then, I acknowledge that it's framed. It's the way it's framed sounds too ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay. So let's move on to. Okay, we want to stay away from the political stuff. There's actually quite a few. Let's move on to the apparent legend that. Well, we don't want to get into that because then there's the whole. Disney was apparently a Nazi. That's not true. That's actually been proven like that. That's been totally disproven. So there's that legend, but I'm not going to get into that. It does get ridiculous, but I don't even want to even try with that one. But
I hope that word is not. I hope Twitch doesn't throw a fit. Doesn't throw a fit over the use of that word.
I hope not, but there is a story of the fabled Don Bluth's theft.
Oh yeah.
Now, okay, so legend has it that when Don Bluth left. Now, I'm not throwing Don Bluth under the bus in any way, shape, or form. Don Bluth seems to be one of the most nicest human beings you'll ever meet. From what I've heard, he's an absolute sweetheart of a man. So don't anybody take this the wrong way. But when he left, he apparently snuck into the Disney vault and took final prints of some of the original Disney movies. So apparently Disney does not have the original movies. They do not have any of the most recent movies that, like, we're talking everything that Don Bluth can get his hands on. We're talking Cinderella. We're talking Snow White. We're talking Black Cauldron. We're talking like just a huge selection. Apparently Don Bluth has it. Now the legend goes that what Don Bluth plans on doing, the story goes that Don Bluth actually is keeping it, and he's going to re-release it later. For those who don't know, Don Bluth worked on a lot of stuff for Disney at the time. and he was a artist for them. And they basically, a lot of people left during this artist strike that happened. I don't remember who it was and who's under the watch, but this story has had Don Bluth. And honestly, I don't see Don Bluth stealing it, but I could see someone giving it to Don Bluth. I think he probably does have some cells of some stuff, but I don't think he has original prints.
Well, I just want to put this out there. Let's suppose for a second he does have them. I mean, let's be honest. I don't know if anyone has worked in an office here or if anyone here has worked in places that where documentations, or in this case, animation cells, anything that requires a lot of paper storage is a thing. It's not uncommon for people to have some of those things and take them with them. You know, like take them home because they have to continue their work at home after closing hours. And as from what I understand, Don Bluth did have a fallout with Disney. So,
oh, a major one from what I've heard. It was pretty epic.
So it could happen at any time when he probably had something. I mean, I've worked in an office and I've had things in my house. Now I've given them back, but I'm just saying there will be situations. It's not abnormal for people to hold those things ransom.
That actually comes to another one that we've actually talked about, which is the apparent Toy Story 2 ransom. Ooh. Now, I don't know if any of this is real. From what you just we were talking about this recently. The whole reason we're doing this is because apparently Toy Story, someone has the rights to Toy Story. Can you explain that one, Shotty Gun? I actually don't know anything about it.
Apparently, the animated backups for Toy Story 2 has somehow been deleted from their computers.
Wow.
Like 90% of the footage is gone. So, but according to a meme, I mean, this is based on. I mean, I saw the article about it, but then someone made a meme. I didn't actually follow up on it, saying that it suggested that someone does have a backup of it. And it's funny that this person, well, I think it's likely he could come out a very rich man in the end.
If it's true, yeah. If he actually has Toy Story 2, like that's a copyright. That's material that you'll never ever get again. Like that's pretty shocking. I don't know if there's any truth to this, but if he has it, wow. That could screw over a lot of people. Like the fact that they didn't have a backup of Toy Story 2 just kind of like there has to be multiple backups, but if he really has that, that's just fucking shocking, right? Like that's actually impressive that someone actually went yoink and took them all.
I don't think he took them all. He just happened to have a backup because someone's got to keep them. He just happened to be one of those guys. I mean, that's the vibe I got. Or no, let me scratch that. That could be the case. I mean, nothing in the article says that he went in and took them. So it's possible that he was one of the guys responsible for making a backup, and he kept it with him, and now he has a chance to give it back, or make another copy.
Okay, so we have talked about some rumors. Now let's talk about a couple actual editing and animating rumors. This has been going on. There's been a lot of rumors and legends of the pervy stuff in Disney movies.
Ooh, is that something we can really tackle here?
Oh, yes, actually. How about Sex and Lion King?
Oh, my God. They cut that scene out in the new release.
Yeah, apparently the clouds say sex. How about the magical penises apparently in the Little Mermaid?
I think those were deliberate. I mean, I can't say I have the source that confirms it, but I remember reading something along the lines of the animators being pissed off at their employers that they trolled them like that.
How about the apparent nudity in the Rescuers?
Or that
Like
low
apparently
shot
there's
in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
apparently there's. Oh yeah, there's that. There's the Roger Rabbit. Oh yeah, we could go on and on just on the animation alone. How much of this is actually real? We could go on for a while, but there's been quite a lot. And take this with a grain of salt. Some of it's been removed. Disney's been secretly getting rid of this stuff, and it may not exist as time goes on.
Well, here's the thing, yeah. People have made videos on YouTube that sorry, they made videos where they would draw body parts, anatomies, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
they would draw around them to make them look like a character. Now, I believe that if you're a very good artist, you can do that with anything. Like, if you drew me, like if I was a good enough artist and someone says, here's a picture of an hourglass, make that look like Jafar from Aladdin. I bet someone could do that. So I think these examples can be very spurious.
Yeah.
So one of the rumors is that some Disney characters are designed to look like anatomies so that they could send subliminal messages, which I do not believe. If you don't see it, then how the hell does it enter your subconscious?
Well, there's quite a lot. Now, there's also there's also the hidden penis in Dumbo. Apparently, a random flash. There's actually a hidden penis in the drunk elephant scene in Dumbo. Now, that I don't believe at all. I could see it, but I'm like, no, I don't see it. I don't like. They've been bringing this up for years, and it's never ever been proven true. But
what do you think?
Yeah,
Dragon?
apparently there's. What do you think, Dragon? What do you think of the
Yeah,
animation?
I don't see it.
You don't see it, eh?
With all the advanced technology, they could just like go frame by frame pretty much and find it.
Well, they say that it's in older renditions. You have to get like like old VHS tapes or beta. Apparently, it's hidden in the Betamaxes. That's what I hear, and I'm like, okay.
Oh, Betamax. I don't actually have one, but I found some Betamax tapes stored away in my house.
I don't know. If you have Dumbo, we have a look. You never know.
I very much doubt it. Here, main reason, I was not into Disney movies when I was a kid. Well, particularly not the cutesy kind like Dumbo. I was more into the darker stuff like Aladdin and Lion King and Hunchback.
Yeah, there's a couple interesting stories about the Aladdin stuff. Now, we can go into a couple of the Aladdin animations, and we're going to do that because there's some funny stuff about that. So legend has it that rumor has it the animated cartoon has nudity in it. A lot, apparently.
Okay.
And it's like quick flashes. Apparently quick flashes in the animated cartoon.
And are there screenshots of these moments? If it can be seen, it can be screenshot.
No, there isn't. Now, that's the thing about this. There's apparently a lot of hidden nudity. You just gotta really look for it. As they've kind of been bringing this up over the years that's not the only one. Apparently, there's Rescuers has some stuff. There's even some cult controversy in the Rescuers. So I could see it. I don't know there, guys. What do you guys think?
I'll start. Again, if there was such things, there would be screenshots by now.
because if it's on film, couldn't he just literally go through each frame and look?
Yeah, exactly. It's just with today's technology, it's easy for people to go into any kind of video and just go frame by frame and take a screenshot. VLC Media Player has a feature where you can just go to video, scroll down, hover over, snap screenshot, and click. You got it. So, and even if someone was to forge it, you could still just go back yourself and look for it.
Well, the shows in question are apparently Little Mermaid and the original Aladdin cartoon. And the last one that apparently has one is the Gargoyles cartoon. That's apparently there is nudity in all three of those shows.
The closest thing to nudity in Gargoyles, if I remember, was that scene where, I forgot her name, but she was one of the bad guys. She was the one who married Xanatos.
Fox?
Yeah. Like, there was an episode where she turned into a werecat or something. I don't remember. And when she turned back, well, she was clearly naked in the shot because Owen, I think it was, covered her with a jacket. So But you don't see anything. So it's like, I feel like it's one of those moments where someone saw that scene and got a heart attack over it because, think of the children. Just get over it. And then
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's where all this comes from, is from that one thing. Who knows, right? Like, exactly. That's the great thing about these bullshit stories. Like, we're not even 100% sure.
But what followed is that someone saw something they didn't like, and they've watched the show to see what other bad things there could be, and anything that may have been innocent, they said, oh God, that is so bad, because now they can't. Now they're too careful that they start seeing things that aren't there. It's like that episode of The Simpsons. I don't know if you remember it, when Marge started a crusade against Itchy and Scratchy. Like, she saw an episode, she didn't like what she saw, so she started cataloging the show, and that's what I feel a lot of parents may have, or the one person who got offended may have done with Gargoyles.
Maybe. It's apparently Aladdin, Little Mermaid, the Rescue Rangers apparently, and the last show apparently that has nudity was Gargoyles. These are the shows that apparently have nudity in them. Now, take that all for a grain of salt. No one knows if it's true. I can't even point what in the butt when it comes to some of this stuff. I can't even say, yeah, I know exactly where it comes from and all this stuff. Nope, I don't know. Like, I've never watched these shows. These are all just hearsay. This is all just legends and rumors and
go maybes. Watch Gargoyles. It is awesome.
But not the last season.
No, I think the last season was good. The only problem was that it was building up to something that would. I'm having a stroke over here. It was building up to something, but then it got canceled. That's why it felt weak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd agree to that.
You said you haven't seen it.
No, Gargoyles. I didn't see Aladdin or Little Mermaid.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I've seen Gargoyles. Damn straight, I've seen Gargoyles.
Great
Gargoyles
show.
Was actually.
I only watched it recently.
I saw a little bit of Mighty Ducks.
I saw it only recently, and I'm kicking myself for not having watched it back then. But in my defense, where I was, it was on at the same time on another channel as Beast Wars and Batman the Animated Series. And me being me, of course I was going to pick Beast Wars over Gargoyles.
Mm-hmm. So now for an interesting one, the Conkers rumor. Okay, there was a show called Conkers or Bonkers or whatever the fuck it was called.
Bonkers.
It was awful.
Bonkers the Bobcat?
Yeah, I don't know what it was called. I only know like a little bit about it. Now the legend goes that apparently one of the heads of Disney was actually blackmailed and that's why that show exists.
Okay, I'm gonna need more context for this one.
Rumor has it that the person who blackmailed him blackmailed the staff for some sort of suspicious means of adultery or something along that lines. And apparently, this person actually basically went, okay, well, we're gonna, you better give me a TV show. And if you don't give me a TV show, then I'm gonna fucking rat you out. And so they got their own TV show. This is why apparently Bonkers or Conkers or whatever the hell it's called. This show was so awful that it was so bad that they didn't even let Mickey Mouse out of a freaking. They kept Mickey Mouse locked in a freaking cage.
I would find that rumor more believable if the story was regarding another show, which I think was generally bad, called Masupalami. Does anyone know that show?
No.
Oh, okay. It's like this yellow, black spotted. I don't know what he is. A monkey? He looks a monkey cheetah hybrid with a long ass tail. Well, whatever.
Are we talking about Bonkers?
I'm just saying. No, I'm not. I'm not talking about Bonkers. I'm talking about a different show, and I'm just saying that one was genuinely bad. Bonkers, whether you love it or hate it, I look back on it with nostalgia. I mean, I'm not saying it's a good show. I'm not saying I like the show, but it's just something that exists from the 90s, and it's just a product of that time. That's my enjoyment I get from it now. But back then, I didn't really watch it. It's like Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation. Bad show, but you still enjoy it because it's a product of the 90s. It makes you nostalgic.
Oh. I'm assuming this is your sleep depravity to admit to liking Ninja Turtles: Next Mutation.
I am saying it's a... Hey, for all the bad things about it, I can say one thing. It certainly isn't Michael Bay's Turtles.
I'd rather take Michael Bay's Turtles.
I'd rather take Next Mutation.
We will have this conversation on another day. We are talking about Disney.
Yes.
Okay. The apparent wannabe buy of Shonen Jump. Disney realizing that anime, this actually is true, Disney does own anime.
Some anime. I think they own Ghibli, or they own the rights to Ghibli movies.
Some of the Ghibli stuff, yes. Yeah, I don't know if they still own the rights, but they did own the rights. Disney apparently tried to buy Shonen Jump, and all the properties. So we almost had Disney-owned freaking shonen shows.
Wow. So, how true is that rumor? I mean,
well, it's a rumor, so therefore it's as true as you want to believe it's true. This is apparently they tried to get the rights to it. Now, they also apparently tried to get the rights to DC Comics as well as Marvel.
Yeah, Warner Brothers hates Disney. There's no way they're going to sell to them. Wait.
Well, they apparently dropped out on the...
DC is owned by Warner Brothers, right?
Yeah. Well, no, it's owned by AT&T. They did... they don't actually... Okay, it's hard to explain how that all works. It's really convoluted, but from what I heard originally, when Disney tried to buy DC Comics before they bought Marvel, now the legend has it that there were three things they tried to do before they got Marvel. Now, when they got into the Ghibli movies, the few Ghibli movies they had, they also tried to get Shonen Jump as a whole. They were going to actually own all of Shonen. Now, this is all hearsay. Again, take it with a grain of salt. We've heard this. We're not sure if this is real. This apparently was something that actually might have been. And they got a lot of shit for it, and that's when it kind of, they apparently didn't, of course, Shonen said no. They wanted to outright kill Disney wanted to outright kill DC Comics, and that was the game plan. That's why they bought Marvel at the time.
You know,
because Marvel was owned by Fox originally. Like, Marvel had stuff in Fox. Marvel had they even had stuff in Warner Brothers. There actually was shows in Warner Brothers that existed. So,
didn't what's it called? Doesn't Sony still have some rights to Marvel properties like Spider-Man?
No, they don't now. Apparently Disney might not have the right. Apparently, it's now owned by. It's owned by. They got their rights back.
Well, doesn't matter. I mean, Sony did a really crappy job with the Spider-Man movies.
Except for the last one. I honestly think Venom was okay. It wasn't great, but I also think there could have been worse.
Well, don't get me started on the original trilogy. Jesus, looking at them now, they're embarrassing to look at.
Yep.
But no, regarding the ownership of anime, I remember Disney did buy the rights to Saban Entertainment, didn't they? I mean...
Yes, they actually do own the rights to Saban at this moment.
So I can believe that they had their eyes on expanding on the anime market. I don't like monopolies, but hope it stays that way. I
don't like monopolies myself, but
would they go after seinen anime if they were common?
Who knows what they're actually planning on doing? I actually was... I was shocked by the shonen rumor. Like, I also heard that DC Comics back in the day, when I heard this rumor, I heard that DC Comics apparently, once the rumor was turned down that they didn't get the rights to shonen, legend has it that DC actually made Naruto part of the Justice League.
No, that would not work well.
There was...
No. Go ahead.
I think there was a one-shot crossover between Marvel and... Well, I don't know if it was Marvel or just Spider-Man with Attack on Titan.
What?
Yeah, it exists.
Really?
Yes.
That's kind of cool.
Okay. Next rumor.
Next rumor. Okay. This will be the last one because this is probably the most controversial rumor I'm going to bring up.
Oh boy, I hope it's okay to talk
Please
about.
Don't get upset. Okay, I'm going to try to keep it I'll try not to go too far in the crazy train. So, there's two caveats to this rumor. One of the caveats is apparently we'll do the first part, then I'll do the full second part. Now, legend has it that there's a lot of Disney staff members that are so underpaid right now that they have apparently taken to garbage dumping for food.
Not likely, but carry on.
Well, it's apparently that bad. Now, what made this really interesting to me is when I heard this rumor, I'm like, well, that's just no way that's that bad. But then I found out that apparently, now here's where the rumor gets interesting. The only ones who seem to not be suffering is certain Disney princesses.
Oh?
Now, this is where the rumor comes into an interesting thing. As the story goes, there is what's called the Disney Princess Pink cards. Legend has it, back in the 80s, a sultan of some order or organization, no one knows who, what, where, when, as the story goes, this sultanate went to Disney with his kids, and they had a Snow White was traveling with them, and the Sultan went, you pretty, I sleep with you. Woman, of course, turns it down, as the story goes. She goes, no, I give you $1 million. Now, apparently, she went to one of the
If
Disney...
she said no to $1 million to sleep with this guy, then I know for a fact that it's false.
Now, here's where the story gets interesting. So she goes, I give you, he goes, give him $1 million. So she doesn't know what to do. So she goes to one of the not one of the heads, but one of the sides, like someone that apparently works with the Disney crew and stuff like that. And she asks and goes, well, what do I do? Well, like, because she doesn't want to get her throat kicked. She doesn't want to lose her job. She loves her job.
Yeah.
So apparently the staff says, well, it's up to you. But they actually made a point to find out information about the Sultanate and try to make sure he's okay, make sure like just general information. And apparently she slept with him for this money. And as the story goes, from that point on, Disney secretly has certain Disney princesses. Now, again, take this with a grain of salt. This could be complete bullshit, guys. Apparently, as the legend goes, that if you are a certain person under a certain price tag, this is true in Disney, they actually do have a place where they actually have there's actually a city park you could buy for millions of dollars. There's a guy who owns eBay or Walmart or something like that lives there. If you have this, you get what's called a pink card. And if you get the pink card, there are certain Disney princesses that you can actually, like a little black book of Disney princesses you can have. This is the legend. Take it with a grain of salt. There is no evidence or proof that this exists. This is only what people have apparently said that the legend went down. I heard this years ago. I heard this way back when I was like a kid. So this was like 20 years ago. I heard this rumor. This was almost like locker room jokes. We were talking about Disney princesses. And that's apparently where the legend comes from.
So who is the Sultan that they talk about? Because
they just call it a sultan. They just say a sultanate. That's all they say. There's nothing to the legend incorporating who this man is.
Like when they say
which one it was,
like someone from another country, like an actual leader.
No, an actual sultanate. Actually, someone from the Arab Emirates. Apparently, I don't know.
Well,
I don't know
if
who,
they're saying
where.
If they're saying it's from UAE, then there's no way it could be true because they don't have a sultan in the UAE.
I don't know. Apparently, some sultanate. I don't know who it was. It was some leader. Like, I don't know. Like I said, this is complete fucking rumor mill. I do not believe it in any way, shape, or form. I do not believe someone would, come on. If this is real... See, the funny thing is about this story, the thing that makes it kind of interesting for me, is I don't believe it's real, but at the same time, I could see some shady dealings. Like, the darker stuff that is the funny thing about rumors, everyone kind of believes in the darker stuff of rumors, like that, so maybe it's true, but I'm not 100% sure. I have no evidence to verify this at all. Take this with a complete grain of salt. This legend is the pink card. Apparently, you have to actually know somebody in the you have to know the person, and it's a huge rumor mill. And the only thing I can say that actually makes this, a little bit validity is that apparently there's a lot of people that pay a lot of money to go live in the Disney World. Go live on the Disney premises. And I mean a lot of money. Like, more than I'd care to would like. It's a stupid amount of money. Like, wow. Like, a lot of money.
The only country that comes to the top of my head that still has a sultan is Oman.
Well, this was apparently 20 years ago, so...
And Brunei.
So, well, what was it like 20 years ago? That's the question I have to ask then. Was everyone back in the day? Was there one for everything, or was it just that one guy? Like, were there other people at the time? Were there other sultanates at the time?
No, I don't think so.
Like I said, take this with a complete grain of salt. This is the most controversial thing that I have ever heard. I don't believe it at all.
I mean,
I think if this was true, there'd be something.
Yeah, exactly. Because there are so few sultans in the world, you could probably count them all with one hand. In this day and age, it would be a bit easy to narrow it down to who they're talking about.
Well, it was apparent that this apparently started 20 years ago. It was some royal of some sort. I've heard other stories that it wasn't a sultanate. I heard other stories it was a royal as one of the royals. I'm not going to say who, because certain people protect their validity, but there was a certain key royal out there. So there's a lot of legends of who it could have been.
Yeah,
I've even heard stories that could have been a businessman.
For me not to believe them.
Oh, there's multiple. Oh, I don't believe it either. I think this is complete shit. The funny thing is, I could see it. I actually could see it, but do I believe it? No, I don't believe it at all, because there's no fucking, like, really. Like, some woman would have said something by now. I don't believe, like, there's no way there wouldn't have been one of these, oh, I used to be Sleeping Beauty and, they actually, like, paid me money to have sex with people. That would be out there. There's no way that this would be so hidden. It's just how? How could they keep this under wrap for over 20 years?
Well, like you said, Disney can pay up people millions, and money can sometimes help some people get over things that may have been traumatic. But again, that depends on the person.
Yep.
You were saying, Dragon?
Like, we could talk. Go ahead.
I'm agreeing.
Yeah, this really is hypothetical. We have no idea if this is true. And I do find it funny, because it's like, I've heard this one before, and I'm like, yeah, I disbelieve illusion on this one 100%. There's no fucking way. Like, how the hell did somebody get away with that for that long? Like, that's some serious power move if someone actually pulled that off.
Well, unfortunately, in this day and age, well, who knows? Maybe someone will finally speak out, and we'll see another scandal.
Well, and the last one is, we'll give one last one, but this might actually be true. Disney is on the point of bankruptcy. Legend has it that Disney is in a lot of trouble right now. And that might be true. With everything that's going on in Disney, the fail of the Star Wars trilogy, the other things that are going on.
They were cooking the books as well.
Yep, the apparently buying tickets so they could prove that they actually didn't screw up. They actually wanted to, like, secretly buy a bunch of tickets. Oh yeah, there's a lot of legend. There are a lot of legends about this. There is a lot about this. So apparently Disney might be bankrupt, or getting very close to being bankrupt.
Yeah, for reasons I'm not going to say, they apparently lost a lot of subscribers on Disney Plus, and I think that's been their main source of revenue until now.
Yeah, because it's not the parks anymore.
I mean,
well, there's a lot.
Go ahead.
There's a lot of reasons. Their movies have failed. Their movies are failing. The rumor has it they want to turn their parks into sports arenas.
That makes sense to do, and if you're that, uh, if you're doing badly, I
Mm-hmm.
don't, I don't know. I never look. I have not been paying attention to Disney's financial situation, and usually one releases that information quarterly, don't they?
They actually apparently they that's actually what happened with the certain controversy that's going on right now with them. Is that rumor has it that their quarterly was actually they actually had a quarterly that went by pretty lukewarm apparently,
Uh,
and there's a lot of piss off. Now Disney owns a lot of stuff, including Hasbro, so we'll see what happens with this. But I was shocked when I heard back in the day. I was like, wow, there's like no way Disney's getting bigger and bigger with the controversies of it being bankrupt or hitting towards bankrupt.
speaking of which Hasbro, so if they own Hasbro, does that mean by extension they own? Do they own Paramount now?
I'm not sure what they own. I know they own Fox. I know they apparently own parts of Sony. Where that apparently comes in is apparently some of Michael Jackson stuff is owned by Disney only.
No, no, I don't think Disney can get their hand. Well, not yet, at least. No, Michael Jackson owned his own things. He only had
No,
partnerships with Sony.
There were certain parks that Michael Jackson apparently had back in the day, and there was a park ride that he did. There was a space park ride, and apparently that space park ride, they own the rights to that, and they own the rights to all the songs of that space park ride.
Oh, I
And
believe that.
apparently, yeah, and a rumor has it on that one, on that front, is that apparently they've been trying to get the Michael Jackson stuff based off that one factor. We'll see what happens there. There's been a weird fight over Sony's. Michael Jackson stuff is going to be in its own personal controversy. Who knows what's going to happen with that when the time goes on? I don't know who's going to own what. I will say this: Sony got a lot of stuff when Michael Jackson passed, and who knows what's going on with there. Again, that could be that. There's rumors and controversies on the forums, internet, and all that stuff. Who knows what's actually out there for that one? I'm not even willing to give that a solid yay nay to that because we could go on and on
Well,
about good old Michael Jackson.
well, this is one controversial thing I will be open about, and I'm not afraid to say it. Bring back the Michael Jackson episode of The Simpsons.
I agree.
That was one of their
I
best.
Yeah, I do agree. I agree. Why get rid of it? He's long since dead. Whatever. If he has done awful, whatever awful things he apparently did or did not or might have done, doesn't matter. He's dead.
He can't defend himself now.
Like,
He's dead. So it's like,
well, not even yeah, he's long since dead. I will agree to that. Only because I believe in keeping entertainment pure. Even if it's controversial, I believe it should exist. That's more my thought process on it. I'm not against I'm not against Disney being interesting for that, but or other surfaces and stuff like Simpsons and stuff. I think they should, and I think Disney should bring back that Simpsons episode.
hashtag you owe us Michael Jackson. A quote from the
Yeah,
actual
they
episode.
well, yeah, they do. They do own technically Michael Jackson.
No, they owe us
Why
Michael
not bring
Jackson.
him back? I think that was a great episode too. That was a touching episode, and it's sad that it might be gone now.
What's sad is that Michael Jackson contributed to a couple of things for The Simpsons. The Bartman song, uh, well, not just that, a couple of other songs. The episode was among their highest rated and highest viewed episodes. And
Yep.
they got Lady Gaga for one episode, and apparently she was one of the biggest stars of the time. And guess what? lowest rated episode.
Mm-hmm.
Back in
I
the days
agree.
when
And
celebrity guest stars meant something.
yeah, there was a lot. And that's like getting rid of the Troy McClure stuff. That's like getting rid of any of the other stuff. But we aren't here to talk Michael Jackson with this. We are here to talk Disney. But Disney has the power now to bring back the Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, to say, oh, we gotta get rid of Michael Jackson because of his reputation, as you may know what it is. But it's like, you look at other Simpsons episodes. Now, I've got a list somewhere, and I'm not going to name names, but there are other people who have guest starred on The Simpsons who have been tried and accused and maybe even proven to have committed wrongdoing, but those episodes are still intact.
Well, no, as someone who believes in keeping it, I believe that just as much as I believe that should exist, I believe that the adult Goofy movies or shorts should exist. I believe the Donald Duck Nazi movie, the band Donald Duck thing should exist. I believe Song of the South should exist. I believe let this stuff be its own free market. Yes, it doesn't. Yes, it's controversial. Yes, you might not like it. Yes, you might not enjoy A, B, C, D, or you might not like this or that. But let it exist for the sake of existing. It deserves to have its place. And I believe erasing it from the planet is wrong.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. We don't want to go too much into this because we're all just talking conspiracy stuff. Like this is more of a political thought process than anything else. But yeah, it's interesting about that. I honestly think Disney. I do think there are skeletons in Disney's closets. I really do believe that.
Well,
I believe there's a lot of.
And that's not a bad thing to really say. Everyone's got skeletons in their closets, especially these big companies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't expect anyone not to have skeletons. In fact, I'd be more surprised if you looked to a company and said, "Oh, we can't find anything." It's like, "Oh, yeah, then that's more suspicious." Well, I guess it depends on what we're looking at and the circumstances, but there's such a thing as being too innocent.
Yeah, no, I would say this. I would say this about this when it comes to Disney. I think Disney, when you become a big dragon like that, there's definitely something hidden in your trove. And we didn't even touch some of the other controversies, like apparently the union fights over this, the artist strike that happened in the 80s or 70s, I believe, 70s, 80s. There's been quite a few. The fact that Disney almost went bankrupt once before. These are all rumors that apparently existed. Like Disney damn near almost got itself annihilated on more than one occasion. So this isn't the first time that mouse has dodged a bullet. And so I think we're going to have. I really do think Disney's a very. I think Rome will eventually fall. I don't think Disney's going to be around forever. So I think that's when stuff's really going to hit the fan. You want to know what Disney's doing? Oh, we'll know when that happens.
Well, I don't see Disney going away anytime soon, but I can see them being in a diminished state.
I honestly believe it's coming. I think, I will say in the next 10 years, this is my hypothetical thought, we're going to see a lot of stuff come out about Disney in the next 10 years. That's my belief. I think in the next 10 years, if Disney's still around after 10 years, I'll be really surprised.
I won't be. Because here's the thing. You know how there are people who have left Disney Plus for reasons A, B, and C, right? Whatever they may be. Well, they're going to do what I call the World of Warcraft effect, which is basically, in the case of
Wait for the next update.
They complain about the next update. They say they hate the game. I'm boycotting it. I'm done. I'm finished. They screwed me over for the last time. 2 months later, they're back in.
There's some real truth to that. I have seen it multiple times myself. I have seen people that are like, oh, well, I'm not this, or oh, I'll never do that again. And there they are a week later. You are right. I've seen it too. It's hysterical how often that actually happens.
So, any more rumors that may have been come back to you as we were ranting, or should we just leave it at that? Any final words, guys?
I think I've said what we've heard, and I don't think there's anything else we could really say about it.
Okay, Dragon.
Graham?
Nope. Nothing to think of.
All right, this was fun. We got to do more half asleep jackasses.
Yeah. Next one, let's say the next rumor mill will be Sony. Woo! There's some good ones with that one.
Oh, Sony. Sony, you suck. Yeah, I'm going to say right now, Sony, you suck. Stop censoring games.
Oh, we're going to get into all the fun joy of that. I have heard some interesting ones, and I'll look on the forums. I'll look around. I'll see who's saying what. And even if they're true or if they're complete bullshit, we'll bring it all up. We'll bring up the secret rumors. We'll bring up the apparent slave labor. And oh yes, we're gonna go there with that one. Apparently the Chinese labor. Oh yeah, we're gonna have some fun with that. I have heard some interesting ones there.
Well, I guess we won't do it on Twitch if we're gonna bring up very sensitive stuff. We'll have to do it elsewhere.
We could do it on Twitch. We'll just have to watch what we say.
It's so hard to do.
I know, but we can try. We'll have a good laugh. And we'll see what happens.
Again, I have to reiterate one more time, we don't believe these rumors. And even what little we do believe, we think we're framed negatively to be more outlandish, to get reactions.
Oh yeah, this to my knowledge, even if I believe it, I think to myself, yeah, this is probably all full of shit.
Hey, Dragon, maybe you could take these story ideas and make a comic out of it. Like a serialized comic series.
The secret truth of Disney.
Well, not Disney. Like, don't defame them. Put a made-up company inspired by the.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah. I guess. Oh, we can have fun with it. All depends. Honestly, I wouldn't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole. That mouse has a real large reach. Oh.
You saw what he did to the Jonas Brothers.
Oh.
Vengeance is mine. You are all ants, and I am your destroyer.
Yeah, we won't get into that. I'm still surprised South Park they have gone after the mouse on 3 separate occasions, and they're still around. That is shocking to me.
My theory is that when you are made fun of by South Park, I think most people take that as they see it as an honor.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's been a lot of. Apparently, Spielberg fought that as well. From what I've heard from the creators when they do some of their stuff, they've talked about that.
The only person who does not take kindly to them is Tom Cruise, I believe, and well,
apparently
the voice of Chef.
Apparently, Kanye West. Yeah. Well, no, that has its own story about that. We're not going to get into that one, but yeah, there is some interesting stuff about that. Like I said, it's always fun. Like I said, we're just talking shit. This is just random crap. Who knows if any of this is actually real or not?
And I'm inclined to believe they're not real.
I'm inclined to believe it myself. I think this is all shit, personally, but it is fun to have a little talk and just kind of say, hey, you know what? You take it as it is. Either love it or lump it. It's not, we're just having fun. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for the Disney rumors. I can't think of anything really fascinating about Disney yet. Nothing anymore. Unless anybody else has something to add, I can't see it. I can't remember any of it.
No.
trying to remember.
Nothing that won't get us kicked out of. Nothing that won't get us in trouble with Twitch.
Wait a minute. Is saying that we might get in trouble with Twitch in a way gonna get us in trouble? Because that implies that Twitch is a dictatorship.
Oh no, I don't believe they're that. No, not at all. Nope, nothing at all. Nothing at all. I don't believe that at all.
No, we're staying in line, Mr. Boss Twitch man.
We ain't there dealing with anything there, Mr. Boss Twitch man. We ain't saying anything at all.
No way,
nope.
No how.
Yep. Don't kick us from your service.
Waiting for someone to say, "Oh my God, how dare you make that joke?" I can because I'm half African.
I can't say that.
Here's your free pass.
Here's
a card. I don't live in the States, so I'm immune to.
Yeah, neither do I. The only person that lives in the States has been suspiciously quiet for this whole stream, so we know he's safe.
Oh, yeah, he's safe. He's just sitting in the corner just watching us. He's like an audience member.
Yeah, he's just waiting for... I was waiting for him to shout, Jerry.
Woo, 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 woo.
Woo, 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 woo. Oh shit! That's fun of being up at like, what is it, 4 a.m. and not getting no sleep.
Oh God! Like, I feel like once I get my sleep back and I'm wide awake and I look back at this, I'm gonna be like, "What the hell was I saying?"
Well, I guess we'll find out tomorrow.
Okay then. I guess that's it for tonight. It's been a good hour and 27 minutes. Ooh, I got a message. Which was timing. Screw this. Never mind. I guess I won't be going to sleep anytime soon because I've got to respond to these things.
What are we responding to?
Just a WhatsApp message. Nothing is worse than having to respond to WhatsApp while you're dead tired.
Oh.
All right. I think we're gonna leave it at that. So let's say good night to everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.